Hello, I'm Fumi and it is really great to be with you guys here today on this Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. From the lover girl herself, happy Valentine's Day. Big heart for you. Your big huge heart, you must complete it. Thank you. You're amazing. I'm wearing my very Valentine's Day shirt. It says, "Don't just stand there, hug me." I'm pretty sure anyways. I thrifted it and it's so cute. My boyfriend said it gave Five Nights at Freddy's, which what is more romantic than Scary Bear animatronic? I forgot to put on my rings. I've been meaning to for videos that I'm not drawing in because I just love to have my rings on. They're like my little safety things. But anyways, as you saw, maybe, I don't know if I'm going to include this in the title. I don't know what I'm titling this yet. Though this is a very Valentine's Day coded video. It does tie into our sketchbook video tour-ish thing that we did just the other week, where I discovered a couple of characters or rediscovered a couple of characters that I had worked on previously back in 2023. Of course, if you would like to see me ramble about these characters, click on this link here. Would love for you to support that video. Awesome sauce. So we're gonna do a little sidetracking from my main webtoon, which is like a little like, don't tell anyone. This is a secret between you and me. I should be working on my main webtoon. But it is nice to have multiple projects, not gonna lie. So let's slack off a little bit together. We're gonna have so much fun today. I personally cannot wait. I wanted to gain a little bit more structure around them just because it was fun. If you've never done a write with me before, welcome. We are starting from scratch because I've done writing for these characters in my sketchbook, but I haven't transferred them over to the program that I like to use, which is called Obsidian. And if you are a writer or a DM, GM for like Dungeons and Dragons, or you just love to have lore behind your original characters, which I know a lot of the people in our Discord server love to have, then Obsidian might be right for you. I forget the pricing on Obsidian if it's like a one-time purchase, but that's what I use. It's great for structure and you're gonna get to see my process in this today. Basically, we'll take the ideas I have on my sketchbook, put it into Obsidian, and then have ChatGPT kind of clean up those ideas just to make it look prettier. I could write in a way, but not nearly as fast. So ChatGPTs are a friendly little helper, not to generate ideas necessarily, just to make them look pretty. And of course, we love a little story time where I read out our beautiful ChatGPT results. We may get into a little bit of Pinterest searching together to kind of develop ideas about our world and what it looks like and character development. This is just fun lore or world building, which may or may not be kind of a niche hobby that I'm sharing with you guys. But let's get into that nitty gritty right now. Let's stop stalling. We all know I could intro forever, so let's get to it. Alrighty, let's get started. In my Obsidian, I'm just going to name my new folder. I've decided to call this Wonderland. My apartment building, people are being very loud right now. Let's see how this goes. So I like to start out my stories getting a grasp of the general world, like having a summary of sort of the general world that we're working with. And if you've seen our sketchbook video, you know that there is an Alice in Wonderland theme going on. It's kind of a cyberpunk Alice in Wonderland meets high fantasy type world. And that was the initial intention behind all of it. Was I loved the cyberpunk theme, and mind you, we're gonna get a lot of Arcane vibes from this, but I literally just watched Arcane, and there is a chance that I came up with this idea when I saw glimpses of what Arcane was. And I wanted to kind of act on the idea of creating a cyberpunk fantasy of my own before I watched anything to do with Arcane. But anyways, we're calling this land or this webtoon idea Wonderland, but we're gonna be cool about it. We're gonna go Wonderland with X's instead of the A and the O. And then you know how there's Cyberpunk 2045 or what's it called? Not 2040, not Cyberpunk. Blade Runner 2049 and stuff like that. I love the date, but I almost want to put Wonderland 0000. I want there to be a date there, but I'm not entirely sure what kind of day. X0, X0. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. And that could mean something. We'll figure it out. I love symbolism. And I know that this is like a really vague kind of idea going on right now. But I love to have a concept to start and then incorporating fun little details and letting that grow. And now I'll just make our canvas. I'll call this everything canvas. Basically, this is where if I want to just see like the overview of our entire world, here we are. Adding a card. Let's come up with our general idea for this webtoon. This webtoon is a cyberpunk cyberpunk meets fantasy. Wait, let's say high fantasy. Okay, I'm gonna be real. There's a tiny baby that is screaming at the top of its lungs. One of my neighbors must have a really unfortunately troubled baby right now, and they are so loud I can hear them. And hopefully you guys can't. Anyways, this webtoon is a cyberpunk meets high fantasy world with aspects of Alice, aspects / details of Alice and Wonderland. And we're gonna sidetrack just a little bit. Let me offer you some context to how this story really got developed. I'm pretty sure, looking back at my sketchbook, I believe that in 2023 there must have been an Inktober challenge that I was trying to do, and I do believe that each of my characters, and I had a plan that for each of the themes of Inktober I would come up with a character in this cyberpunk fantasy world, and I would use that Inktober challenge to build the world essentially. And I got all the way to maybe day 5, and then I plateaued because I was going to make an animation for each day, and of course that took up a lot of time. I think I overexpanded on that idea, and that's where I held the characters close to my heart, but I did not go forward with the Inktober challenge. But anyways, from that birthed some really fun characters and concepts, because I really did stretch myself to find a way to tie those characters together. Maybe in the next video I do on building this world, I will come back and share with you guys and kind of deconstruct and decipher the lore that we had going on, so I could really bring to you guys the whole timeline of how this world came to be. I think that's always pretty fun. But from all of that, I did end up drawing some of the webtoon, and let's take a peek of it right now. I'm not sure if I archived it. If you want to find me on webtoon, you can. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's be real. Let's be so real. I forgot that I called it Magic and Mischief. But anyways, this was when I posted this, when I was just feeling like, screw it, I'm just gonna make a webtoon, and here it is. Ah, so much fun. So crazy. December. Oh, this was 2021? What do you mean this is 2021? This was 2021? I'm confused now. I don't even know my own timeline of when any of this happened. What is going on? Okay, whatever. Episode 1? Bedtime story is episode 1. Oh no, episode 1 is laughter. Okay, here we go. I haven't seen this in a long time. This series is awaiting a content rating assignment from its creator, and it may contain adult themes and situations. Okay, yeah. Cool. Laughter. There's no need to wake. System does not identify threat. Anomaly invalidated. Oh my gosh. Wait a freaking second. We go down. Details. Interesting. Okay. There's Miku. She's in her tube thing. Interesting. This was all made on my iPad too. And someone knocks on her little thing and she opens her eyes. Interesting. I know what's going on here, and I think that's so funny. This This is such a great intro to like what we're trying to figure out when we're trying to give some more structure to the story. We have a character and its name is Misfit, and basically they're an anomaly type character that's also called like a transporter in a way. They are a true chaotic neutral in terms of alignment, and there are some though that have befriended Misfit in order to, well, not in order to, but basically Misfit will sometimes listen to people and agree to take them somewhere, maybe in exchange for something, as long as it benefits them, maybe. But the laughter is Misfit's signature thing. When you know Misfit is around, you hear childlike laughter, and not like in a horror way necessarily. It's just his giggle in a way. And so whenever you know he's around, you kind of hear the little like kind of thing. And so the device that Miku / Alice is in is notifying her that it's detecting Misfit, but Misfit is not a known threat. The system knows that Misfit is harmless to her, because the one that's visiting her right now, the wizard, that doesn't have a name, I don't think. Oh, I just spoiled it. Sorry. It's a wizard. Let's go to the next episode. This guy here, he says, oh, that really is one of my favorites. Oh, this episode is called Bedtime Story, I think. And then, okay, wait, let's pause here. Okay. This guy here, he is like we don't know we could write, I don't know if we'll get to him today, honestly, like no promises, but he is a wizard that knows, or I think has to do with why Alice and Miku is a cyborg, like why her soul got put into Miku. He knows something about her and some sort of legend behind her. She's here, question, how is it that they give their hearts so easily if such evil truly exists? I'm trying to remember what story I was thinking he was reading to her. Don't remember. I can't remember. All I know is I think he was reading her a fairy tale love story just to kind of entertain her. Oh, I almost think I know what the story was, and it's another webtoon story that I have that's for the main Mischief Siblings from Another World, my main webtoon. Maybe. I don't know, honestly. I can't remember these things, but I think it's awesome. But okay, kind of a drama moment. She's wondering, how is it they give away their hearts so easily if such evil truly exists? He says, excellent question that I pray you'll find the answer to one day. Super interesting. I'm trying not to cringe. It's, I guess, very big on the tension building when making this. Very slow. I don't know. I personally, it's so scary. The concept of trying to build tension and like, all that is very intimidating. It's definitely something we're gonna have to figure out all together, you and I. But anyways, this wizard here, he traveled via Misfit. Misfit took him to visit her. And I think Misfit is also a little bit crushing on Miku Alice, like in a, you know, curious, but also thinks she's pretty in a way type thing. And he like comes to visit her to read bedtimes. Like he knows something about her and knows like why she exists. She's a little confused, doesn't know. I don't know. We'll get there. But there is a legend that I think he's hooked on that has to do with her, which is the high fantasy, not legend, maybe like a prophecy, I believe, that he knows of her. The guy drawn here is not as cyberpunky as I would have liked, and I think that's where I might take some arcane inspiration when it comes to building his character, is making him a little bit tech forward, a little bit more futuristic forward, I'd say. But yeah, this is kind of a great place to start. I think I love this scene here of where I just love the color, I love the palette. The concept is great. The hands are not well done. I did not know how to draw hands during this time. And truly, this whole thing took way long, especially trying to develop a style for this webtoon. I wanted it to be really simple and something I could whip out and just practice making stuff, but then I kind of crushed under quote unquote perfectionism. I know I share with you guys that I'm a perfectionist all the time, and it may not seem like it, but the only reason why I don't seem like a perfectionist is because I come up with a lot of rules for myself. I manage expectations a lot, and I have almost like buffers that keep me from being in that perfectionistic mode. But it's taken a lot of practice. But this is a result of why being a perfectionist is really bad, is because it keeps you from practicing things. I got too invested. Like, I loved the characters, and I actually loved the story so much that I didn't tell myself I could go back and redo episodes. I have that flexibility. I didn't tell myself I could do that. And I fell in love with the story so much. I'm like, I'm not ready to pursue this story because I love the characters. I love the concept so much that I need to take a few steps back and practice, which I think was a good call. I needed to practice for sure. I needed to get faster because making these, I'm going to say pages, but that's not, well, panels. Making these panels took so long, and it was exhausting, but also like I felt defeated and I felt like I couldn't focus on the story at all. But yeah, let's get back to this. Let's get back to getting our summary of the story together. I think that's all we'll have time for today. Seriously, weirdly. We're getting our bearings for now because stories take time, and getting the summary right is going to be essential for moving forward. This webtoon is a cyberpunk meets high fantasy world with aspects/details of Alice in Wonderland. It surrounds quite a few characters. Okay, let me just talk this out with you guys. This is the problem that I had. Our webtoon, the reason why it was really hard to pursue this webtoon was because we have the evil villain, the mafia gang, that also has its own ambitions and pursuits. We have a Red Queen. She has a daughter named Alice, and due to something or an incident that happens, she loses Alice. Bad Bunny, or the White Rabbit, who is a black market merchant, has something to do with Alice's disappearance, but we're not too sure. Maybe he has something to do with the accident that causes it. But any which way, we have a lot of characters. So we have the White Rabbit, we have Alice, we have the Red Queen and her mafia gang, and we have Misfit, who is the transporter that is more of, not, I wouldn't say a background character, but a side character that's really fun that I would still love to develop. And then we have the Wizard, and the whole idea of the mafia, let's say the political structure of the world, still needs to be thought of. And that was what I was kind of avoiding, because I very much don't have experience when it comes to having a huge crew of characters and having them all melt together. So I'm very slow when it comes to that, but I've learned, I think this is the game plan, is that we will go character by character and develop them individually and then see how they kind of melt together. If we are using the structure of Alice in Wonderland though, if we have a Red Queen, that means that we have a White Queen as well, or potentially a White King possibly. I think that might be fun. Yeah, and we'll take our time, like we always do. We'll take our time and we'll just enjoy this process. Let's see. At the end of the day, what is this webtoon going to be about? We're going to be very simple, and we'll let ChatGPT clean this up for us, so don't hate me on how simple this is going to be. Alice is a cyborg, or Miku, I still don't know if Miku is a good nickname for her. Miku is a cyborg who is secretly or unknown to herself used to be a girl named Alice, who is the daughter of the Red Queen. The Red Queen is the leader of the mafia named, what's the mafia's name? What should the mafia name be? I'm thinking Red Hearts. I'm thinking, ooh, Valentines? Valentine. That would be fun. Yeah. Something. Valentine named Valentine. That's kind of cool. Kind of fun because today is Valentine's Day. Oh, what an inspiration. The Red Queen is the leader of the mafia named Valentine. Score. Freaking score. I love that. Leader of the mafia named Valentine, and they, due to an incident, Alice, an incident that has to wait, let's just say, due to an incident, Alice was kidnapped and taken and maybe lost. Let's just say she was lost in an explosion. Let's just say the Red Queen. Also, let me just say, a lot of these details are not, we're not coming up with these on the fly. A lot of these ideas were already written in my sketchbook. I'm just reiterating them here. And I remember these details because I just read them out like a couple of weeks ago in that video that I keep mentioning. Again, go see that video if you want to see me literally decipher what my notes were in the sketchbook. The Red Queen went crazy after the loss of her heir and daughter and has been ambitious, and let's say she's power hungry. She was already power hungry, but like, how does she cope with the loss of her daughter? Is she looking for her daughter? No, because maybe she feels like she's already lost her. So is she seeking revenge? And has been, we don't know about what the incident was. That's something we still have to develop. But let's just say, and has been seeking power and control and wealth to fill the void she has since losing her daughter. It's not complex enough, and I know that, but we'll leave it to that. And once we develop the idea more, we'll be happy. Well, we can always go back. The White Rabbit is the love interest of Alice. We'll just put that there. Thank you, ChatGPT. Love interest of Alice. The White Rabbit has a mysterious tie to the incident in which Alice was lost. He may have witnessed the blast and saw the culprit. Let's say, I think it would be really interesting just now, I was thinking Misfit, who is an anomaly grade character, is able to transport people to any part of the universe. Oh, there's some details that I thought about in terms of Misfit and the White Rabbit that I am so excited to share with you guys, but I cannot get to there. I was just thinking about it the other day. I was literally doing my laundry and I was thinking about them, and wow, fun things to come. But we must stay focused. Misfit actually saved Alice at the last minute during the explosion and brought her nearly dead body. Sorry, for some reason saying the word dead doesn't really feel good. Her nearly dead body to the wizard sorcerer. Okay, we need a name for the wizard sorcerer. Let's think. Ooh. Okay, wait a second. I love the Alice in Wonderland structure. It's helping me so much. We can either call him, is he the Mad Hatter in our, does he give Mad Hatter? Is he crazy? Or does he give Absalom? I think if it's a wizard sorcerer, Absalom, if that's his name. I think I need to search it up for spelling's sake. Absalom. What a magical name. What a freaking magical name. It's beautiful. It fits a wizard so well. It just gets my heart pumping. Absalom. Freak. What the freak? My heart is so happy. What a perfect name. Like, I'm a little teary, guys. I'm a little teary. Like, my heart is pumping. I'm just so excited. Okay, Misfit actually saved Alice at the last minute during the explosion and brought her nearly dead body to the wizard sorcerer, hoping he could save her. Absalom is also a mysterious character that has knowledge of a prophecy surrounding that of a cyborg girl that holds a power source. I don't care. Okay, let's be honest. I have no idea what this mysterious legend prophecy thing is or will be. Let's think. Maybe it surrounds a power source that will save the world. Like that's so like I don't know, vanilla, but like it's like how? I guess it doesn't matter like if it's vanilla. It's all about the journey and how it happens. Like we all know there may or may not be a happy ending. I'm a very much a happy ending writer, but it's all about how the happy ending happens, right? Let's be okay. Let me stretch. Let me stretch my brain a little bit. Cyborg girl with crazy power. I don't like the idea of there being some sort of crazy meteor that comes down and she needs to be able to do it. Oh my gosh, that reminds me of, okay, hold on. I need to write something down. I had an idea for Miku's, like, the structure of her powers and how they work, but I don't know if I've written them down. I just remembered them, so give me a second. Okay, the idea has been written down. Thank you for waiting. Well, you guys didn't really wait, but still. What if the planet that, I have no idea. I know. Okay, I'm figuring this out. We're cooking. We're baking little Valentine's Day brownies here. The thing about Miku is that the new body that she has, let me write it out for you and then I'll explain while we write it out. Cyborg girl that holds a power so strong that, sorry, that's so not complex in any way, but we'll just run with it. So strong that it will be able to, it's corny. We're gonna be corny for a second. We're able to fight against a dark power that seeks to destroy planets and worlds. Oh, that's so bad. That is so bad. Ugh, I'm sorry, guys. There was a little bit of suspense, but that's not what I meant. But we're just gonna keep writing. Alice has a power. When Alice is transferred to the cyborg body of Miku. I don't know why I capitalized cyborg body of Miku. Oh, that's not really what I want to say. The cyborg body of Miku is powered by a heart created by Absalom. Okay, here's the thing about Absalom. Is he an inventor? Or is the Mad Hatter the inventor? Like, who created the heart? And it might have been created by, I'm gonna say that not Absalom. Absalom might know of the Mad Hatter, but he's someone who okay, Absalom is someone who has knowledge and some magical powers of sorts, you know, sorcerer powers. But the Mad Hatter is the one who is the inventor behind everything. The cyborg body of Miku is powered by a heart created by the Mad Hatter that used a resource from that planet. Okay, hold on. Oh my gosh, there's so many moving parts. I'm so sorry, guys. It's a very convoluted. We have to talk about the planet that Miku is on. Basically, there's this planet, and it was extremely resource rich in the resource that has crazy power generating abilities, I suppose. Oh my gosh, see, this is why it's really hard to move forward with this idea. We're in the trenches right now. The planet that Misfit takes, that Misfit and Absalom, that Misfit takes Alice to, is called, what should the planet be called? Underland. We'll call it Underland for now, but I almost don't want that to be Underland, TBH. Like, it's, that planet is not as relevant because it's dead now. Underland was home to okay, again, very simple language, very uncomplex language, home to a crazy resource that had the potential to power an entire planet. A crazy resource, and with just a handful of the crystal resource, it had the potential to power an entire planet. Through a long forgotten event, the planet came to ruin, and the resource after thousands of years is a myth now, is something of a myth, is something of a myth or legend. The cyborg body of Miku is powered by the resource in Underland was called Shimmer. I'm kidding. The resource in Underland was called, what should we call it? I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Alice in Wonderland so much. Like, I almost want to call it like Rosary, you know? Which is kind of pretty. Like, I think it's pretty. It almost has, well, like a religious tinge to it, you know? Something of like a protective vibe, but also we have the pinkish hues of the actual resource, which is kind of like a rose, but we can make it red if we really wanted to make it red. But let's just try it. Called Rosary. The cyborg body of Miku is powered by a heart created by the Mad Hatter that used Rosary, that used the last of Rosary from Underland, and her body remains dormant in a lab on Underland for the right person to discover her. Or let's just say, I don't know, there's a right person, but for her fated person to discover and retrieve her. Very much Alice in Wonderland coded. The one who is fated to retrieve Miku / Alice is the white rabbit. Let's say, I don't know if I put this in, but the white rabbit is a I forgot to spell Mischievous, sorry. Guy whose name is unknown, but he is a black market merchant that does the dirty work for the Valentine Mafia. Sheesh, this is a lot of writing. The one who is fated to retrieve Miku is the one. Okay. There's so much to do with the white rabbit. The white rabbit is a genetically modified human with super strength and jumping abilities. I don't really know much about his powers yet, but there was like a note, and I don't know if I should include this right now, but there was like a note. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that when we're developing his character. I don't think it's necessary for this summary. Let's see. What other information do I need to put down? Let's just do the, now that all these details are kind of set out, that might fill in some of the gaps when we pop it into ChatGPT. But we'll just wrap it all up with the white rabbit is set on a mission by the Red Queen to find the last of Rosary. Otherwise, he will die. He will meet his end. Otherwise, the mafia will rid of him. I don't know. There's probably gonna be more to that. There is probably gonna be more to that, but we'll leave it at that. Find the last of Rosary, otherwise the mafia will rid of him. In his search, Misfit takes White Rabbit to Underland, and this is where he finds Miko, who looks a lot like the young Alice who he saw as a young boy. In their time together in freeing Miku is set on the mission of transporting her back to the Valentine Mafia, but is in conflict because his growing feelings for her results in this will not make sense. In freeing Miku, he is set on the mission of transporting her back to the Valentine Mafia. However, in taking her power source from her, Miku will die. Miku will die, and this directly conflicts the white rabbit, who is slowly falling in love with her. There is an underlying theme that I kind of thought about between their dynamic, because I think that the white rabbit or Bad Bunny is what we call him, but he has become very cold to the world. And then he meets the cyborg Miku, and she somehow has more humanity in herself than he does in some weird, odd way. And I think some of this has to do with, one, her soul being human, but also the love stories and what the Absalom has taught her in the time that he's tried to raise her, but also just keep an eye on her, but also, I wouldn't say hypnotize, but enchant her with this very empathetic, very non-robot type vibe. That's so simplified. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. Let's just talk through that, try and capture that theme. Alice, or no, let's see, Miku has and let's just be straight up. A theme of this story is that Miku, who is a cyborg, though with the soul of a human, is much more human than the broken white rabbit, cold to the world, and is so this is gonna be so terribly terrible, so wrapped up in his own problems, that somehow meeting her brings out a warmth that he never knew he could have. It is a wonderful juxtaposition of, it's a wonderful contradiction. Let's say their love story is a wonderful contradiction of humanity and robots. That's okay. Yes, I know I'm not a writer, but now is time for my favorite part. Thank you, technology. ChatGPT, where are you? Of course, as I always do, I'm putting my prompt in. Hi, can you help me summarize my webtoon story idea called, do we want to do mischief and magic? It doesn't really fit anymore, so let's just say called Wonderland. This title's really bad because no one's gonna be able to say it. Wonderland XOXO. Oh, maybe people can say it. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, anyways. Question mark. And then we do a little bit of copy. Then we do a little bit of pasting. Look at all that writing. Awesome. Wow. With all this information, we did not really get a lot going. But let's just read it. In the cyberpunk fantasy world of Wonderland XOXO, a forgotten girl with a lost past awakens as a cyborg named Miku. Unknown to herself, Miku was once Alice, daughter of the ruthless Red Queen, leader of the Valentine Mafia. After a mysterious explosion tore Alice from her family, the Red Queen spiraled into madness, seeking power and wealth to fill the void of her missing heir. Miku's dormant body is hidden on the ruined planet Underland, powered by a heart of rosary, a legendary crystal once capable of fueling entire worlds. Saved from the brink of death by the enigmatic misfit and the wizard Absalom, Miku becomes the key to a prophecy foretelling a cyborg who can stand against a destructive force threatening countless planets. Her fated rediscovery falls to the White Rabbit, a cunning black market dealer and reluctant mafia operative, sent by the Red Queen to find the last of Rosary. White Rabbit stumbles upon Miku in Underland. Her uncanny resemblance to the Alice he once saw as a child rattles him. He is tasked with returning her to the mafia, but removing her power core means her death. Torn between duty and his growing feelings for her, White Rabbit must choose, obey the queen or protect the cyborg girl who rekindles his lost humanity. In a world where humans become machines and machines act more human than their creators, Miku and White Rabbit's journey explores identity, resilience, and the fragile line between love and survival. Okay, guys, what a time. For as lost as we started out, this is pretty good. Like, my heart is happy. We got some essential, we're getting grounded. We're getting grounded in this story. We're starting to get some structure. This is so much fun. I freaking love this. I freaking love this so much. And this just, it opens so many opportunities. I do want to keep this base kind of huge bit of notes. Like, that's an insane amount of writing that kind of is like just a huge throw up of information. Usually I would take this and then I would just cut and paste essentially, but I'm gonna add a new place. I'm gonna go story summary over here. There we go. Typically I like it to have a title. Let's just say story summary, and I'm gonna give it a little color coding here. Red for no, red just makes it look dangerous and scary. Let's do purple. Alrighty guys, we have gotten a story summary, might I say. That's freaking cool. It's freaking awesome. And ideally I will add photos, I will add media into this document outside of this writing with me episode, but obviously in editing this video I'm pretty sure I will put up photos for you guys to reference, kind of get an idea of what our characters look like, because their designs are developed. They're not fully developed, but they're developed enough. And I'm really excited to kind of have this little side project floating around. Don't hate me, because there's a lot of projects going on, but this is so much fun. I love this. And we will pick up. We will pick up and continue on this. But that is enough writing for the day. Alrighty, wowza. That was so much fun, you guys. I had a crazy amount of fun. Hold on. I need to re-gloss. So much fun. What the freak. That was a great writing session. I feel like I haven't done that in forever, and truly I haven't. I don't think. There's something about world building that is just so exciting for me. And I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. Anyways, that is it for the day. As usual, if you liked this video, like, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more videos like this. And of course, I always love to shout out my Discord server and all of our amazing artists that you'll see usually right here. But lots of love for them, and definitely join our cozy Discord server if you'd like to. You may get there's a good chance you'll see some awesome sneak peeks of stuff that I'm working on, lore ideas that I'm just kind of shooting out into the world to kind of shoot off of people and get their opinions on. You'll get notified of my videos, all that good stuff. I think that's all. I hope you guys had a very, very good Valentine's Day. Show some love to others, but most definitely show love to yourself. Belly says, happy Valentine's Day to you as well. Does it look like she's sitting on my hand? So cute. Anyways, have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!